Hello, Peter. Yeah, I think your microphone is not open.
Yep, my audio was off. Hi.
Hi, Peter. Okay, I just received your email, the last one, about the paper, and okay, yeah, I will check. And yeah, one question, but do you think that that problem could be related to our project
What problem?
about the? Oh, sorry. You have a chance to read the article above in described in the article, that one, a waterlog for detecting and tracing synthetic text from large language models.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand.
So yes, my problem to explain. Okay, I received that email. Um, have you had a chance to review the article above and work on a problem statement?
Yeah, so
Okay.
where we left off with our meeting last week was discussion around putting together a product strategy. And usually I
Mhm,
start with a vision, a mission, specific
mhm,
goals, and then from that develop a strategy because you want things that are aligned. And it seemed like you needed to first, I thought, sort of since you sort of prepared a couple of vision and mission type statements, but they were
mhm.
really more like problem statements. And so I
Okay.
said, maybe let's just start there. And so let's work on a problem statement. And so that's why I shared with you that article and that framework for putting one together.
Okay.
And so I thought that over this last week you'd put one together. So if you haven't yet, then maybe let's work on that together, either work on it with yourself or with other teammates, or we could work on it together and meet tomorrow and continue.
Okay. Yeah, I have a version of the pitch deck. Oh, hello, Bobby. How are you?
Oh, well,
Hey
Sorry,
Bobby, how you
Peter.
doing?
I'm real good, real good. Had a great 2 weeks. Was able to, hang out with my new granddaughter and help my daughter immensely out. So that was fun,
Awesome.
but back to reality.
How's she doing?
She's doing real well. She had to go back in for a procedure, which kind of threw a wrench in everything because, she's the glue that holds that family together, the two kids. So once she got back on her feet, everything went well.
Good.
Thank the Lord.
Well, congratulations. It's very
Thank you, thank
exciting.
you. There's nothing better, nothing better, because then you can walk away and say goodbye, and they still have to do it. So yeah, excuse me for being a Monday morning groggy, but just getting back into it. Well, is it just the three of us? I think the reason why it's just the three of us is Hyperledger has been transferring over to the decentralized trust, and they changed the wiki page. So I could not find the link to get into this meeting. I had to go back to one of the emails I sent Peter with the link. So I'm going to just drop that into the LinkedIn group for a second, just to make sure everybody has it if they want to come in. So give me a minute to do that. And I didn't mean to interrupt the flow, but I am here all week to work. So whatever we have to work on for Wednesday or for Wednesday night, let me know. And we'll get moving on that. So here's the link.
Okay. In the meanwhile, I shared the pitch deck link on the chat.
Yep, thanks. I see that.
Thank you.
I'm almost done. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so I'll go through that and review that, and then you guys can respond to my email, and if you have time tomorrow or on Wednesday to meet, it'd be good to go over it together.
Okay, thank you. Because let me check. 1:30 East. Okay, means nine. Okay, like 7:30. I will be available
I'm
if
Okay.
available.
you. Okay, thank you.
So should we get started?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, so I have a couple of things that I went over. I don't know if we want to start with the business, but let me just do this just in case. Share my screen. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Again, Google, I don't like the Google Present. It kind of throws me for a second, but let me just share my screen. And I'll do it from, there we go. So for everyone who's here or coming in, this is a recorded meeting of the Hyperledger Foundation, which is now the Decentralized Trust Foundation. There's a code of conduct, a way we have to act on all these calls, and an antitrust policy. Be mindful that there are possible competitors on the call, and this is a consortium-based call, so be careful what information you share on these calls. That's about it for that. If we want to get started, do we want to do business, or, well, there's no developers here, we'll start, I guess, with the business part, which is good. So overall announcements, I think that we have to move forward on two fronts. The one front is the Founders Institute front, and the other front is moving this lab out of labs and into an incubated project where we get more support from the open source decentralized trust community. The steps to do that are right here. Let's see if I can find them. Right here. So I think that we have started working a little bit on this. One of the things, and I don't know, I saw you guys were on the slides. There was a little blip about the naming, Gianluca, and I'll just catch Peter up. When we were talking about marketing this in the initial stages, the David Boswell, who is like the community director over at the Decentralized Trust Foundation, we had said, let's use Nexus. And he was like, well, we can't do as a foundation anything to help you with that until you become an incubated project, because that's when we can do the trademark search and all the other searches. So if you can come up with a name, once you're incubated, we can go forward with that. So we had come up with a name. We liked Nexus. So I was looking into it just to see what we would have to do to get that name. And first thing I asked the chatbot was, where is the name being used? And apparently Nexus was a series of smartphones from Google that they don't use anymore, but they still have the trademark on the name. So that might be prohibited for that name. It's also used for telecommunications. There's a data center switching company that uses it, and it's used in other, like, healthcare and other companies. So it's widely used, but if we can, like they suggested, if we can find like a niche for it, we might take that name over. I get so confused. I mean, I don't understand these trademarks and naming, because Gemini now is AI agent. It's the banking for blockchains with the Winklevoss twins. It's like, it's everything. So I don't know if we want to pick a generic name like Nexus or Gemini that's already been used in the industry, or if we want to still put our thinking caps back on and come up with something else. If we decide to go with Nexus, I don't know if we want to spell it different or do something different, but I don't believe if we do a trademark or patent search, it's going to come up with anything but Google. I'm sure they did their due diligence and put the naming and put everything in there properly. So that might be something that we might want to think about when it comes to the name. The only other thing that I was thinking of was for the education. I got your slide, Gianluca, and we can go over that too, for the ebooks on how we want to make them thinner and more easy to read. I had an idea for quick cards for testers. This is really when first, it was like 8 years ago, I went to the blockchain convention down in Miami, and I sold these quick cards for like a few bucks. And I made a lot of money. They were laminated, they were cute. And I know it's hard to do that because you don't physically see the people, but I think if we can put something together for the installers, like a step by step in a colorful card. Say, here, help us, just follow these 10 steps. So it's not this overwhelming, oh my God, you got to download Docker, and then you have to make sure all you're connected to the right, have it in a simple 10-step thing so that the testers can get right on it and go. And like, I can even give my daughter's a senior in BU for the computer department. If I have something like this and say, Caroline, here, hand this to your friends, see if anybody, is interested in doing this. I think that's an easier way to get testers than, have them go into heavy documentation just to try to get it up and running. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I agree. Personally, I agree.
And put a link
It's
on it to the YouTube video or,
mhm.
any other additional steps, but try to make it look easy, because I think that's where we're, have to support the developers now, is to get people to test this for them and give feedback. So that was our way of trying to do that. Um, and then the social media, I know that we still have a couple outstanding items with, let's see if my screen turns soon. Um, we just discussing the incubation criteria. I can go through that this week and figure out where we are and what we need to do to get that moving. I know they're really interested in doing that now that Hyperledger is part of the Linux Foundation, directly with this decentralized trust. They want to get more labs out and into incubation, so they'll be very helpful with that. And I know we have one more presentation due for the mentorship program for Jacqueline, where she has to present what she's done, during the mentorship program, during the closing ceremonies for the mentorship. And we need to support her for whatever she wants to present for that. And I do think that we might want to do another meetup, either with before, send out the quick card, say, please test. We're going to have not a meetup, I meant a workshop for developers, because that implies hands-on. And if we have this quick card ready, we can just say, join us for this workshop. You'll get a quick card in advance if you want to set up your system, and we can walk you through how to test this. And just please bring all your information you would like put into the system, whether it's a PDF, whether it's a GitHub repository, whether it's both, FAQ website, whatever it is, bring it so that you can use that as your inputs, and we can show you how the system's set up and then how you can get your information in. And then social media, just backing up once we have dates for those two the presentation for the mentorship and the workshop. We can start blasting those out through the LinkedIn and through all the other Discord channels that we have. I don't know where we are with the NVIDIA hackathon. I know Sir Patrick was handling the steps on that, and I think that's great. Unfortunately, he's not on the call. And if Gianluca, when we switch, if you have any information on that, that would be great. And then the Founders Institute, I know I missed the two sessions, but I intend to catch up and figure out where we are and support Gianluca in that in any way possible. So I think let me go back to the presentation. Of course, it's over here.
We have submitted the project for the hackathon, so I guess it's under observation, and till the 10th of November, we will know if we get selected or not.
Yeah, let me see. Where did we put that hackathon? Up there it is, Dev Post Challenge. Is there any information on that? Thank you um, for that.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, Sopratik.
Yeah, ma'am. Like hackathon one, we said was submitted. Actually, there was a problem with the demo video. So at that night, I just submitted them that 3 minutes video, and after then there was no email. Like that that whatever I have submitted, we have accepted. Now we are waiting for the response from that side.
Excellent. Thank you for that hard work. And if you want to share that video, if you would put it right on this wiki page for everybody to grab and look at, that would be great.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I will. Yeah.
Thank you. And
Welcome.
let me see, do we have any more Tripors here? Do you want to catch up with what last week business did and possibly where we are with the ebooks?
Yeah, so I wanted everyone to participate in the ebook writing, but other than Gianluca, no one was willing to. So I think we all should write in it, because Gianluca already have so much of burden on him. I don't want to like ask him to write all the other sections. So if anyone is willing to, I don't know if they have updated their name after the, let me see. No, no one has. So we only we the one thing that is left is AI in practice, real world applications, case study, future trends, and emerging technology, and the next step, advancing your AI knowledge. So if anyone wants to contribute and volunteer in this, it would be great.
Yeah, that's awesome, Tripor. Why don't we, this is just a suggestion, maybe have a separate meeting for just the ebooks. Um,
Okay.
Whenever, like if this time is good, we could do it tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning, where it's just the people who want to work on the ebooks, where we can really assign, sections to each person with a timeline at the end, so that we have accountability for the sections. And then when we put it together, we can all, be responsible for the section that we claimed. So if you want, if tomorrow's good for you or Wednesday's good for you, I can set out a link to everybody on the Discord and in the LinkedIn chat with a Zoom link for us to meet, same time tomorrow or Wednesday, whatever works for you, Tripor.
Wednesday works for me.
Okay, I'll send that out. And then, yeah, and then the quick cards would have to possibly be, we could work on those too at that same Wednesday meeting. So any developer who wants to help with the steps, quick steps to get people up and running for testing, developing that card, we'll do that Wednesday too. So I'll put that, it will be the same link. So just join that Wednesday meeting for the ebooks and the quick card.
Okay, same time, same link.
Yeah, same time, same link. We can try, like, I'm not sure what's going on with the Linux Foundation Zoom links today. Again, I couldn't find the public calendar. It just
Yeah, me
didn't
too.
load right. So I will use the same link. I'm going to check with David to make sure that we're still going to be able to use those links, because I like that, because it's automatically recorded and you can find it on the YouTube channel at the Decentralized Trust. So I also have a Zoom link I can put in there where I can record it myself and put the recording on the page too. So we'll try to use the same link, but if that doesn't work, I'll send one out on the invite.
Okay.
Okay. And I think, let me just double, marketing, education, the business plan, that stuff with the Founders Institute, I usually just group those together now. So whatever, again, I wasn't at the meeting last week, so I'm, adrift. So until I get anchored again, I really don't have a report on that. But I'm here all week, Gianluca, to support what we have to do for Wednesday's meeting. Just let me know.
Thank you.
And I think that's it for me. So I'm going to turn it over to Gianluca.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. Um, okay, can I share my screen very quickly? I think that one. Yeah, I had some ideas for the future. Um, I had a very interesting meeting with Fayad, and he told me that the chatbot that they installed on the Discord community channel help them to save the 80% of time in replying to question from new users, the user that wants to contribute to the system. So it could be very useful. But that system has some issues. One is the analytics. Also, basic analytics feature um, you should pay. It's not free. Are not free. And another problem is related to the document sources format, because they can train the system only with text files. Okay, so no PDF files, but documentation often is in PDF files in wiki pages or I don't know GitHub issues and pull requests or read docs and so on. So when I told him saying that we also consider different document sources, he said, "Wow, it's could be it could be nice." And that system is Community One is the name. Currently uses a ChatGPT API. So in the future, we can also consider very light installation using external API and different other UI integration like Discord or Slack or both. And another, I think, interesting future could be to store data like messages for future analysis, analytics, sure, analytics, but also like AI analysis to express the sentiment, like the user like this answer or he didn't like it, or other AI analysis. And so this is, I think we have to implement more modular architecture, considering external API integration, which could be very cheap. That I think the cheapest solution, and also other UI integration and different types of document ingestion and also store data for future analysis. Uh, okay, about the revenue. Yeah, now we are here. I think we have to investigating two different strategy. One is the product like freemium revenue model, which is very common for open source business model. Like there will be a free version, but also if companies will ask us new feature or customization, they should pay. Or the other very common business model for business model for the open source community is the software as a service revenue models. Means that you can use a free version on cloud and pay the professional version, for example, or an enterprise version. Okay, this is some ideas. I also met another interesting person is Donato Mallano, I think. Yeah, Donato Mallano, which when he was child, at 6 years, he moved to New York. And now he has an Italian name, so I start talking with him in Italian, but he said that he did not don't understand Italian, so switch to English. Very fun. But he worked as test engineer and say that also the script and unit test documentation is tricky at the moment, so we can help this other topic which is related to software development, but it's a bit different from that. And so just to finish, in my opinion, the two keywords for us now is pivoting and narrowing. That means we should find some users who love this idea and wants to try and will ask us features. I think this is my opinion, the best way to find the direction for the project, and it means also to have other people in community and other maybe organization, companies or individuals that wants to work to the project, and that those are the two requirements to go in incubation phase.
I have a question. Um, okay, so the first question I had to do back with the revenue models. Do you need, so the product and the service, I love that. I think that the product, um, again, is the customizations, the service. Um, I like the freemium idea for a lot of people, but I think a way to do that is limit the amount of information that they can put in. And then they have to start paying, again, if they want more information or want more users. And I think that there's also a consulting piece in there before you start to charge. Like, again, I think we should attack, so I'm gonna attack, that sounds very violent, but I think we should attack the members of the Decentraland Trust first, and go to them with this and saying, give us so much for consulting and we will work this up for your whole system and show you how it works. And then get some consulting fees in there so that we can, at least start generating some revenue. And then, it's open source, so, you can develop this the way you want. We're here to help you as consultants, more of that in the beginning, and that was just an idea. But go to the next slide for me. I just had a question on this one too.
Maybe no, maybe the
I think
first
I think
one.
that's a great idea, Bobby. Start generating some revenue, start implementing things, and you'll learn. You'll learn from the experience and get of what
So
works,
like
what doesn't
maybe I'll
work,
look up a
what
couple of
people
tiered,
need.
yeah, a couple of tiered consulting fee schedules and bring it to some of the members. My other question was for the free. So a lot of the way the decentralized decentralized trust is, or hyperledger, I'm going to just refer to it as hyperledger because it's too hard to switch back and forth for now, is set up is there's a lot of blockchains and tools, and I think that's important too. I think though the freemium where we really should attack is like those special interest groups, and the my question, I guess, was, so all these ingested documents, PDF text, read the docs, wiki pages, um, is there any way, and I can do it manually, for us to take the recordings and have an AI engine transcribe the recordings from the special interest groups and use that as input? Because that is more where I think for the freemium, I mean, these people are meeting for these special interest groups to better humanity, in my opinion, the climate action, the social impact, the government, public sector. They're all just consortium-based calls for the good of mankind. And I would love to do the free service on those. But all their information is not written. It's all in the videos. So is this my idea to attack them first and get that? Because each one of those sits on a board at Accenture or at DTCC or at, one of these, the Rhode Island government sits on one of these, the public sector board. So just showing them in their consortium calls the power of this tool, then when we say, well, here's a consulting fee to get it onto Accenture, we can start by talking about, your data structures and what that kind of conversation later. But is there a way to do videos, or do we have to put in a AI engine to transcribe them first?
Okay, first of all, it's very, very interesting. This this question, it's very interesting. And okay, first of all, we have um, each recorded video on Hyperledger community as the transcription. So you can yeah, it's an automatic transcription, and it's a good quality because I checked 1 year ago. I checked when my English is very bad. Yeah, I remember. I checked out all the our meeting, and also checked the subscription. This is a first answer, but I think there are some tools which
Oh, and
extract
I'm
the
sure
convert.
Tripor knows, and I'm sure Arunima knows the tools to do that because they are my AI experts.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. There
This
are
is
some
a
tools that
heavy
extract.
lifting.
Yeah. I think so.
So, and I
Uh,
would probably want to do, I think if we attack any of them to be specific, I think social impact would be the one that I would like to go after first, only because climate action is too big. Because they're doing the, they're working on trying to put carbon credits and carbon trading of credits on blockchains. And that info, they have 16 different groups to meet, 16 different subgroups in that one call, and it's very intense. Same thing with healthcare. So many subgroups, so many things. Where social impact, they do a lot of case studies. So again, why I'm familiar with them because I'm still sponsoring the Giving Chain if it ever gets up and off the ground. And they let me, have that time to talk about how I'm using blockchain for social impact. And other people are coming in with their social impact projects, which blow my mind every time I listen to one of the calls. So if it's okay with everybody, I'd like to see if we could target social impact first. And then if anybody has any suggestions, I can start transcribing some of the meetings that they've recently had, and we can put them in. And I know I can get time on their next call to present to them their information in the chat bot, if that is possible. Um, One avenue of something to do. So let me just put that down before I forget. If everybody is okay with that, and if anybody has any suggestions on how to transcribe videos, um, drop them in the chat or speak up.
yeah, I can check the current version. I mean, um, listing all our recorded video and extracting the conversation and um, training the model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can. This is our first test that we can do, checking the result.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember that all the recorded video has like the conversation in text file.
Because I know like a lot of the heavy hitters from all the companies that are in the foundation like to show up once in a while or present at that social impact call because, it's social impact. Everybody wants to have a social impact that's positive in the world. So it's a good place. And I know the head of it is someone high up in Accenture. So if I can get her ear after we do this, that would be awesome. So I'm just going to put that down there so that I know to do that. And then I'm also going to put, so I don't forget, that we have Wednesday call for ebooks and quick card for developers. Okay. So yeah, I will get on that. We'll figure this out. So what did we decide on the name? Anything? Do we still want to move with Nexus even though it is very popular?
Uh, I don't know.
Well, what did the fact, like, again, what was the two Founders Institute meetings? Did they suggest a name or did they?
No, they ask us company name and product name. No, they don't suggest. They don't
Well, company
suggest.
name for now could be Ledger Academy if you needed a company because it's an LLC and that's what I do, sponsor companies. So if that's, and the product name I think is where we're going to be stuck. And I put something under marketing for that again. I started the call with this, so I don't know who was on the call because again, that link wasn't too easy to find today. So we can work on that when we move into incubation.
Yes, sure. And I remember David told me that I had a meeting some months ago, and he told me before to submit our project to the incubation, to the TOC, uh, could be nice to prepare, yes, a document, and also to send the document to the committee before the submission.
I'm trying to figure out where I put that. So the document would cover, let me just find the incubation.
Yeah, yes, he said you should explain the reason of your project, why it's um, very interesting for Hyperledger community, and what kind of target do you have, which problem you want to solve it, and so on. Yeah,
Yeah.
to explain. But also we should talk about our team, because I remember the requirements are um, companies, organization, sponsors, and the community should have more than some contributors. So I think the other guys that wrote code in this edition, if they want, can join the contributor team in order to have development team.
Yeah, I think that they need a couple of maintainers, and then
Mhm,
develop, people on the team. And the develop the companies usually, again, maintainers like Ledger Academy can be a maintainer,
mhm,
or individual names can be a maintainer, but they do like, I know that that was the problem with the Besu, when they
mhm,
basically wanted to come in from consensus. It was only consensus code that was coming in, and they were
mhm,
like, no, we need multiple. You can't just be a monopoly
mhm,
consensus contributor. You have to have other companies. So they came into the community and they got people on board. And then they had,
mhm,
and they were, and same thing with Firefly. Firefly came in from one
mhm,
company. So that's kind of like where we are now. We're coming in from one company. So when Firefly presented to the TOC to get into, they just wanted to become a project. They were like, no, no, slow down. You need to go into
okay.
incubation first, where you will build your community. So it's okay, I think, if we enter incubation with just Ledger Academy company and, me maintainer, you maintainer, Patrick maintainer, all these people who have been doing the code as maintainers, and then work to get other companies involved. And again, I think that the way to do that is to, once we have either the social impact, or public sector might be another good one to go after. We'll have to see, once we figure out the tool to turn those YouTube videos into documents. Um, Presenting the tool to the social impact will then get the companies who represent the people at those calls interested, and then we can, just go upline from there. If that makes sense.
Okay, at the moment, also Swapnil joined the maintainers team. He submitted his application to the TOC, and I received an email from I don't know the name, Rai Jones, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
asking me. Yeah, yeah, asked me the confirmation. I confirmed, so he joined the maintainers team. So
Excellent.
Swapnil. Now we
Congratulations.
have,
Thank you.
yeah, I think, yeah, one
Was
or
he on the
two,
call?
yeah, yeah. No, no, but I sent him a message because I'm chasing um, Sordip and Sarvesh for the changes because I want to test the version of the prototype. They
Do you want to set up a call with just them from the Discord, maybe Tuesday morning, if possible? Because I know we have the writers call on Wednesday. Maybe get them. just a
Ye-
developers call? Because I know they're developers. This business stuff is just boring them to death.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that.
No,
I know, but
I can
we want
ask.
to move the
Yeah.
project forward. Since we don't have a company, like a real development company behind us, we have to go through these steps.
Yeah, I can ask him because because Sarvesh and Sardup has some I don't know, some exams with the college, I think, and so they are preparing the documentation. But I asked them to push the code, and documentation we will do later because we need
Okay.
also to organize the LFX meetup.
Yes,
There is a okay, yeah,
the
I
workshop.
wrote them the workshop, right?
Yeah,
I
definitely. And
am.
again, I see Jacqueline's on the call, and
Mhm.
I don't know if she heard about the presentation she has to do for the to end of the mentorship program. That's just part of the course. And again, if you want to start from scratch or use one of our existing presentations, we can. Yeah, we're not allowed to present with you. It's just you presenting everything. So you would have to like take every role from the last call, from the last presentation, and do it all yourself. I'm pretty sure you're the only one Jacqueline is the only one who's able to present at that call because you're presenting your mentorship program. But we're here to support you in that. And I don't know if we could double publish that as a meetup as well, but we'll see how that works. I think we should more focus the meetup on the workshop and that quick card. So if anybody, oh yeah, Gianluca, if you have for Wednesday information for us to grab to make the quick card, put it in the chat or a video or whatever, where you would suggest the easiest place for someone, like a writer to come in and grab the work and write something, whether it's a YouTube video or a GitHub repository, step by step, whatever, just let us know.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
And then
And
the trip, just real quick, Tripur, if you have any ideas on the AI engine to take these videos and make them transcripted, let me know what you're using. If not, we can just research it and figure one out.
Okay, I will look into it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? I know I interrupted you, Gianluca, when you were talking, so I don't know if you still have.
I was thinking,
n-
okay, yeah.
yeah, more, go ahead, Tibor.
No, no, Gianluca, you speak. I will say.
Yeah, I think no, no, I pretty finished. So I'm working also on the book, just one page because I'd like your feedback on that. It is just some notes, not one page, just some notes, uh, because I'd like to work on that. This is the first thing. Also, on Wednesday we have the most important step of the Founder Institute because they will give us feedback, and they also give information that if we we can go ahead or stop there and try another edition. So about Founder Institute, and we also should work on the workshop because is it in October?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
workshop should be, yeah, we'll get that up there right away. I just needed some feedback from, in order for me to put it up on Meetup, I need a description of what we'll be doing. And that's what I thought I'd grab from, like, when we do Wednesday's quick card, we'll have that. Here's where you would be able to test it. Please start if you want to try it ahead of time. If not, meet us for the work, so we'll work on the verbiage for the meetup and get that approved by excellent for the workshop. Everybody's saying they can participate. You can participate, you can host, you can come Wednesday to the meeting, same link as today, same time as today. We're going to be working on the quick card, which is going to be the step by step for people who want to be in the workshop. Give them the information ahead of time, so in case they want to try it themselves. And what we'll do is we'll take them through the steps on that quick card through the meetup to get the system up and running. So I guess it would be and again, I'm not in any way claim I'm a developer on this project, but it would be a two-step process. First would be to set up the system, and then it would be to put three steps. Set up the system, step one. Step two would be put in your inputs, and then step three would be query the system. So it would be three separate steps that if we break it out like that, to the developers, they would understand it better. So the first is get this up and running on your system, get your inputs in, and if we want to have a break in between for questions and answers. So with the first section, set it up, take a break. If anybody's not at that point, has not set up the system properly, we'll have 5 minutes. You can, everybody else go for coffee. We'll get you up and running, so that make sure that before we go to step two, everybody's completed and is up and running in step one. So it would definitely be three different sections. And at the end would be the fun part where you can just ask questions. Is that what everybody else had in mind?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
okay, yeah, so we'll start, and then again, once we have the step-by-step for the workshop, we can put it out there right away. We can pick a date, we can get, David involved to make it a international. And his suggestion was for this workshop not to make it the same time, 7 o'clock at night, because that's inconvenient internationally. He suggests like right after this call or in the middle of the day. I don't know, but I think we should cede to him as to what is the most popular time to hold these workshops, because if people are sleeping,
Yeah.
they can't attend unless you're Gianluca and you don't sleep. But
Yeah.
we're not sure when you sleep, Gianluca. And then I know we're almost out of time. So the Founders Institute last weekend, so this weekend are you doing a pitch deck this weekend for them?
Yes, I shared on the shared the link on the call
Yep,
on the chat. Sorry.
yep, got it,
Uh,
pitch deck. And that's what you're presenting? And again,
uh,
all of us are allowed to go to these founders calls. I know a lot of the developers aren't really super interested in business, but this is a great learning experience. Just how they're running this program to get businesses up and running is incredible curriculum. So I'm just going to share my screen. So this is,
do you want to spend 3 minutes because it's a 3 minutes deck, pitch deck?
I'm way ahead of you. Go ahead.
Okay. You can share my screen.
Oh, no, I already did.
Oh, sorry.
I have your pitch deck up.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you, okay, you can share it instead. I just put it up. I'll let you share because then you can run it yourself.
Oh, it's in share my screen. And also start my. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Gianluca Capuzzi, an Italian software engineer with more than 15 years as developer, also mentorship and so on. The problem for software developers, it's a constant challenge to have to access to technical documentation. Every week, these people spend 20% of time reading documentation, especially for new developers or for new companies. If software developer change company of for new frameworks library adoptions, there is a small calculation. Often each company per developer spend uh, $4,000 each month. It's the cost. And solution is to have an AI chatbot which replies to questions related to that specific context. I met a very nice guy in our community, which is the fired, and he told me that we saved 80% of time installing an AI chatbot because the new user also ask always the same questions. So why our tool? Because Fire told me that the current community one tool allow us to use only text files to train the system, but we our documentation is in PDF files, wiki pages, read docs, and so on. Lots of different formats, and also because the free version of that tools does not contain some analytics tools to analyze the trend, for example, of some conversation and the community. Current market in 2024, there are 28 millions of software developers around the world, but only 2% of users pay, for example, for ChatGPT. And that means 600,000 people. And considering $20 per month, it means 137 millions per year. Okay, this is the market. And the other community, so competitors, so are the community one and also DocsBot, but one is very expensive, does not have free version, and the other one does not have, for example, free analytics for the system. Currently, so we completed the POC. We pretty finished also the prototype version, the MVP. We plan to have an MVP that users love. So we will ask as feature on that, and this is our team. I think it's a part of the team. It's a very small part of the team, but that are the current team. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm confused with the competitors and where Identis, however they say that, fits in. Like, aren't they one of our competitors?
Okay. That slide. Oh, sorry. Yes, that slide.
Yeah,
You see
no,
my
I'm just
screen?
confused just because when you had, wasn't there for the call, unfortunately, with the people from, I guess it's the Besu team and the consensus team, and they have that chat bot that you were quoting in the beginning couple slides. Why aren't they a competitor? Why do we feel they're more of a partner?
Okay. Identus installed Community One.
Oh,
Is
okay. I
yeah,
didn't get that. So that is their solution, Community One. I didn't
yeah,
understand.
Community One.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That answers my
And
question.
okay. Yeah, it's that one. And that one, DocsBot, is another AI chatbot which can be installed on a wiki page or on a web page and as a web interface, UI. But in that case, it's expensive. They do not provide a free version. So in any case, you should pay for DocSpot.
Got it. Great.
And yeah, I think I also checked the template from Founder but at the moment we don't have. They also ask us just one second, but we don't have at the moment. This is the template, the go-to-market strategy, and also the traction.
Can you share that with me?
Yeah, sure, it's that one.
Everybody who wants to participate in the workshop, absolutely. I don't talk well to developers because I talk too fast and I don't know enough computer code. So yes, we need developers to talk to the developers during the workshop. So yeah, we'll pick whoever wants to be a presenter or help out with the workshop. That's great. And again, whoever is going to do that, we're all going to be testers before the workshop to test the workshop out so that we know it works. So especially for me, for someone like me, I know enough that I'm a great tester. You give me the information, I start from scratch, I test it, and I'll tell you exactly where I hit a problem. So that's I'm a great tester for that reason. So I can't wait to get started.
Thank you.
With the workshop. So we'll definitely, once we, again, just Gianluca, wherever you think we should start, either put it in the LinkedIn page, just information for us to develop on Wednesday for the quick card. And then get it,
Okay.
get it to us. We'll read it over before Wednesday, so we all have an idea of where this step-by-step installation card can get started. And then that we're going to use, I guess for the ebooks, when we're talking about the industry, we're going to have to decide how to, like if you're talking about AI in industry for enterprises, you can talk about Chat GBT, you can talk about, all the like beautiful AI or Gamma for your mind brainstorming. We can mention those tools, or we can just keep it high level enterprise, like these kind of tools like the chat bots. But that's something we have to decide once we see the book structure and see really who our audience is. Um, okay. And we have 3 minutes left. Anybody else have any questions? I think I tried to read all in the chat. Um, and again, we'll meet Wednesday. If anybody wants to meet tomorrow, just let me know. We can do it again 9 o'clock tomorrow. And by the way, Gianluca, your pitch was fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
I would only make one suggestion, because the people at the Founders Institute will have the same question I have about like that Fahey. I'm not sure what the gentleman's name was from the community, but that they are community one. Because
Okay.
we never tied the two together. So when I saw the competitor community one, I didn't know it was them. So if you give a little background statement on who they are, for the
Okay.
audience, that would be, just to make the connection quicker.
Okay. Okay. Thank
That's
you.
all. And I'm sorry
See
I've been
you.
absent for 2 weeks, but I'm back.
No problem. No problem. And congratulations
Oh,
again.
thank you. It was so much fun spending 2 weeks with the baby. So much fun. It's priceless. If I don't work well in this business arena, I'm going to become a nanny and just hold babies all day.
I imagine.
So thank you, everybody. Again, I'll see
Thank
everybody
you.
Wednesday. If you have any more questions, we can meet tomorrow. And Gianluca, we're just drop in the LinkedIn anytime you can, information for us to get started.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bobby. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a nice day and see
You
you.
too.
Bye.